nights should your vacation rental property be rented out? What's normal? The average booking rate on Airbnb and Vrbo as of April 2025 is about 55%. But that number can be somewhat misleading because it doesn't account for your property's specific location. In some markets, properties regularly get booked 80% of the time, while other markets only hit 30%. It all depends on things like location, seasonality, type of property, and price. So to really understand how often your Airbnb might be booked, it's better to look at local data. And here at AirDNA, we love data. In this video, we'll explain how occupancy rates vary across US markets and, more importantly, how to find the real numbers that matter for your property or investment. So what exactly is occupancy rate and what can it tell us about your listing's performance? It's a simple formula that tells you how many nights your place is actually getting guests out of the nights that you're offering it. It takes the nights that you're booked and divides it by the total nights that you're available, then multiplies by 100. So, for example, if your place is open for 30 nights and you get 18 of those booked, your occupancy rate is 60%. A high occupancy rate typically signals strong demand, competitive pricing, and a desirable listing. But you don't just want a full calendar. It's important to balance your occupancy and nightly rates to maximize your revenue. There are many factors that can affect your vacation rental's occupancy rate, not just your location. For example, the type of property that you have makes a difference. Apartments and condos in the city tend to get booked more regularly than big houses in the suburbs. Smaller places like studios usually have the highest occupancy by around 57.1%, followed closely by 1 and 2 bedroom properties with around 56%. Another very important factor is your price point. Budget-friendly properties tend to stay busier because more people can afford them, with an occupancy rate of around 58%, while luxury spots often have lower bookings at 50.7%. Amenities can also play a big role. For properties in cities, things like fast Wi-Fi and a dedicated workspace attract more guests, while vacation rentals do better with pools and outdoor spaces. Items like a washer and dryer tend to stay booked year-round, but adding a hot tub or pool can help during slower seasons. Other factors like good reviews, superhost status, instant booking, and minimum stay rules also influence how often your place gets booked. The best advice? Look at similar listings in your area and see what's working for them. There's not a one-size-fits-all solution to a great occupancy rate. Airbnb occupancy rates vary widely across different US cities, depending on demand, seasons, and local market conditions. Some of the top cities include destinations like Oahu, Seattle, and Denver, but citywide averages only tell part of the story. Big cities like Seattle have many smaller submarkets, each with different occupancy rates. To really understand your chances, you need to look at these smaller parts. For example, while Seattle's average is 64%, some neighborhoods like Pike Place Market, First Hill, and Fremont have rates above 70%. You can find your property's occupancy data on Airbnb, but understanding your true performance potential requires a much deeper level of market intelligence. That's where AirDNA comes in. Our tools help you analyze occupancy rates from multiple angles, giving you the complete picture you need to make informed decisions. To do so, simply open the Explorer tab in AirDNA and locate the search bar. Let's use St. Petersburg, Florida as an example. Type it in and you'll see that overall occupancy is 67%, but the chart below shows big seasonal changes from 87% in March to 47% in September. These trends help you understand normal booking patterns all year. The year-over-year change, plus 2%, tells if the market is growing or shrinking. Knowing both the average and the seasonality gives a clearer picture of when and how often properties get booked. It can also be helpful to get more granular with your location. AirDNA breaks big markets into smaller areas called submarkets. By exploring your submarket, you can see how properties perform in your specific area, not just the whole market. You can even change the filters to see the average occupancy rate for properties with a specific bedroom count, price tier, amenities, and more. It doesn't stop there. You can also see occupancy data for individual properties and even projected occupancy for properties for sale. For example, this 2-bed, 2-bath property in Clearwater has a projected 75% occupancy rate. That's higher than the Clearwater average of 66% and the overall St. Petersburg market average of 67%. These can help you see if a property is worth investing in or see how your competition is performing if you already have a property. And don't forget, you can connect your listing to AirDNA's performance dashboard for a detailed view of your property's projected occupancy trends and market position up to 6 months into the future. Now that you have all the data, you're probably wondering how to improve your occupancy rate. Here are 6 proven tips for success. Check the prices of similar properties nearby and adjust yours if you're charging less. Be flexible with minimum stays. Make them longer during busy seasons and shorter in off-peak times. Use great photos, detailed descriptions, and respond quickly to guests. Change your strategy with the seasons. What works in summer might need some tweaking in the winter. And finally, enable instant book to attract last-minute guests. By implementing these strategies, you'll be on your way to a better occupancy rate and a more competitive property. Hopefully, you now have a better understanding of what occupancy rate is and why it matters. Remember, understanding your market, adjusting your pricing, and offering the right amenities can make a big difference and boost your reservations. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more strategies to boost your Airbnb bookings. If you have any questions or want to share your own tips, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching and happy hosting. See you next time.